Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Don't remember if I've done a reading for you before, so I just like to start out real quick explaining it in simple terms, I hope. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. So I try to describe the picture the best I can. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind, because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, ah, I know what he's talking about. This is not exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Hang on. Sometimes you'll have to stretch. He's grabbing my hand. Like, stretch it outside the box a little bit. And now, darn it, you made me forget what I was going to say. Anyway, it's his show. It's his ball game. He's already playing around. He's singing a song. Hang on. He's singing "I Want to Take You Higher" by Sly and the Family Stone. And even if he didn't listen to that kind of music, he'll refer to music that I know, that so I know how to pick it up. Because if you give me a headbanging song, I'm not going to know the name of that song. I won't know how to find it, especially since I don't have Alexa out here with me. So, in just a little bit later than I usually do videos that bump up because our internet, we have 10 states that are affected by our internet being down. So it's quite a big widespread problem right this minute, and they're working on it. So I do apologize if it takes a day or two to get this loaded. I've tried hotspotting it. It takes forever to get the videos to load. So just, what do we do without internet? What did we do before internet? Anyway, I just wanted to explain that real quick. Okay, first he mentioned cherries, and then he said cherries jubilee. Not too many people that even have, I don't even know where to get that anymore. So maybe you make something like that. Maybe he'd like to eat something like that. Not sure where he's going with that. He's not explaining. He's over here. They usually come in on my right side anyway, but he's got his elbow, the pointy part of his elbow, like pushing right here on top, where the pointy part kind of hurts. He's still pushing. You should feel that, because he's making a big effort for you to feel that. So this is my right shoulder. Doesn't have to be the right shoulder. Could be that's just where he came in at. But it may not feel totally like a pointy end of the elbow, but you should feel like pressure, or maybe your shoulder's been aching lately, or you could feel a hot spot, or it could feel like something's sticking you. He's put a lot of pressure on it, so he's trying to let you know that he's standing right there beside you. Kind of like doing a noogie, where you take the knuckles and you rub them across somebody's head and laugh. You are beautiful. He said it just, you are beautiful. His eyes are shining when he says that. You're ornery. Now he's calling you beautiful ornery. He says you used to make him light up when you walked into the room. He probably didn't show it as much as he felt it. Men are with their macho thing. Oh, I can't show all those emotions. He's talking about smacking you on the butt when you go by. Like in a teasing way, not being mean. So you should feel that too. Every so often you might feel a little on the butt, and it probably won't feel, we don't have hands anymore, so it could feel a little different. Don't know how you'll feel it exactly. Could just feel a little pressure on a butt cheek or something as you're walking from one room to the other. That's the way he's showing it. This probably something that he used to do, probably when you were younger. Something about curling your hair. Something about curling your hair. I have no clue what you look like. I don't ever try to creep anybody's Facebook page ahead of time because it messes up what little logical mind I have. So either you've recently curled your hair, maybe you just got a perm, maybe your hair is curly. I don't. He's just talking about curling your hair. He says sometimes you look out the window, and he's showing you in the living room, doesn't have to be the living room, and looking out the window, and at first glimpse, you think you see his car go by. That is a sign. So anytime your attention is drawn to a vehicle like he used to have, that is still a sign from him. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want them. That's your free will choice. Okay, oop, got quiet. Okay, so he says you're wondering if he hurt in any way when he left. He says no, absolutely 100% not. Now, I don't know how he passed because I've asked them not to show me that anymore because I would feel it, see it, smell it, hear it, and I would cry after every reading. So it was very traumatic for me because they would like show. So unless it's necessary, they're not supposed to show me. But he said it's just like going to sleep. And I always tell people, like I said, I don't even know if it was an accident. He's not even indicating. So if there's going to be a head-on collision, your soul, your spirit actually leaves your body. And you hear people talk about being above the accident scene, watching the ambulance and all that stuff. That is, I don't know that they all do that, but your soul, your spirit is not traumatized. It's your body. This is just our heavy vehicle that we walk around on earth in. Our spirit, our soul's in it. It's our little car to run around and do our thing here. So as far as us, no, we don't feel it. There is, he says he feels glorious. I'm asking him something. Okay, we stink at names. Don't know why. But he's talking about a Charlie that was waiting for him. That might be something going to stretch outside the box because that's the way we get names anyway. So it could be a male with a CCH. I almost feel like it's an animal. Did he have a doggy called Charlie or Chuck or something with a CH? He said there was also a cat. He said when the cat was here, it was very annoying. So maybe I'm not seeing it very clearly. It's got black on it. It's just not that clear. And maybe it doesn't need to be. They know best. It's his show. Okay, and a neighbor. Usually, I see the grandpas, the aunts, the uncles, but a neighbor, and you're probably he would have had to have told you this because he's shown himself fairly young. And there was a man that lived next door that he was totally attached to. That he just loved talking. He reminds me of Dennis the Menace. I don't know how old you are. Have you ever seen the Dennis the Menace and Mr. Wilson next door? And how Dennis annoys Mr. Wilson, but Mr. Wilson still kind of puts up with him. And yet the kid absolutely loves Mr. Wilson. That's the impression he's given me. And for some reason, he feels like it's important to bring up that he saw him right off the bat. So he personally had a connection with him, deep connection. He's mentioning a Margaret. There again, we're going with names. So it's at least a female with an MMA name, like longer name. Margaret, Margie, something around that sound. There's a reason for him to mention these people. He says Aunt Iris, like Iris. Even if he didn't have an aunt named Iris, maybe it's an aunt that has a flower name. So it's just, but this is not an exact science. Did you recently graduate? You probably, I have no clue how old you are. I doubt if you would have graduated high school. Maybe you graduated college. Maybe you, tell me again. Somehow you graduated. Somehow you moved up. Somehow you maybe got promoted at work. Somehow you went to the next level. Okay, we're getting a little vague here, Steve. I think he's trying to validate that it's him. Okay, he's talking about you having some kind of I don't want to call it a heavy burden, something's weighing heavy on your shoulders, something's weighing heavy on your mind. Something just kind of has you squished down a little bit. He wants you to stop, go outside, and enjoy the beauty of the natural world. Like go look at the tree across the street. Try to look at every single leaf. Try to actually look at the grass. Do you know the birds are singing? We don't pay any attention to them. But actually hear them, listen to them, listen for it. Actually, how do I want to explain this? I know what he's getting at. Back to basics, kind of. The beauty of the natural world, the free world, the stuff that's right there in front of you that we take for granted, that we never pay any attention to. Try to actually look at a leaf. Try to actually look at a blade of grass. Go hug a tree. Tell it thank you for giving you oxygen. Just the free stuff instead of the hustle and bustle of the world out there that seems to be all we do nowadays, and the concrete sidewalks and the brick buildings, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. He wants you to go breathe the beauty of the natural world. I hope that makes sense. He says yes. He thinks I'm getting it across. It's like when I was camping. Okay, I got it. Last weekend, and I took pictures, of the sunset and the owl and the lake and all that stuff, and it was all free. And this was given to us, but we just take it for granted and we just kind of blow it off and get so caught up in we have to go to the grocery store, we have to wash the dishes, we have to go to work, we have to do this, we have to do that. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. He's trying to get you to a spot where you can breathe. Where it's not all the weight of everything, everyday life on your shoulders. I hope that makes sense. He says yes. Tell her she's beautiful. Okay, he's got a little tiny bell, and he's holding it up to your ear, and he's ringing it. I'm going to have to get my bell earrings out because they show that a lot. It's a little tiny bell, and he's ringing it. So when you get that ringing in one ear, sometimes we hear it up here with our telepathic ears. But you get one ear and you hear this little tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Know that that's him trying to get your attention. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want them. He says sometimes you're going to think you have bats in your belfry. Don't we all? Especially nowadays. He says sometimes you feel like you're just like running and face first into a wall. Like you're just butting your head up against a wall and you're not going anywhere. So you just go, I give up. I'll just stay. We'll just do this mundane thing here. We'll never step forward. It's like you going up to the wall and just banging your head on it. He said, when you feel like that, turn around. And you could do it physically. Actually, it's supposed to be mentally, but you can do it physically too. Put the physical in it. Turn around because there's something you're not seeing. You're not supposed to be going that way, or you wouldn't be running into that wall. Turn. Turn to the side. Turn to the back. Yeah, you really don't want to turn to the back because that way you'll be looking at the past. You don't want to look at the past. Just take a different angle, take a different view of it. Maybe there's something you need to step to the side and do for a little bit. It says it will take you in a whole new direction, new perspective, and it will be awesome for you. He says take a baby step to the side. Until you're not afraid of change anymore. Just take a baby step to the side, take another baby step. He's not saying what that was. Felt like a hair running across my face. That was weird. So when you get that feeling, it felt like a big long hair just kind of was drug across my cheek. Like, so when you get that feeling, know that that's him. Again, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Forgot where I was. Chime in, Steve. So you'll get used to the baby step changes. There's something that you're not seeing because you're banging your head on that wall. He's not saying whether like it's career, family, feet on the ground. Get grounded, get your feet on the ground. And go outside and breathe. Okay, so now he stands in front of me and he comes around my left side. Like I said, doesn't have to be the exact side, just the way he's doing it, but it could be the exact side. So I always try to give little details. And he leans over. I'm sitting, so you'll be, because you don't have to be sitting. Anyway, he leans down and he puts his arm around my shoulder. You should feel that. You'll feel a little pressure coming across here, maybe warmth, heat, tingling, goosebumps. He leans down and he gets real close and he's going to say, I love you. But he's not really pointing his face at me. He's kind of pointing his head forward. So it might be very soft. You should hear it in one ear. If you hear it here with your telepathic ears, it won't be just one ear, but that's a little hard to explain. He says that he's going to try to like let you make sure you feel this so you know that he's right there. He says, I didn't do right by you. Not like I should have. I could have done a much better job. He's going back to what he was saying about the beauty of the natural world. He wished he had realized here what he realizes now is that coming up and hugging you, that type of thing is much the beauty, the natural world. Oh crap, I'm messing this up. That type of thing is way more important than that 9 to 5 job, than that getting somewhere on time, than, oh my God, we don't have the groceries here yet. Oh my goodness, the clock, the calendar, all that stuff. This is what's important. And he wished he had spent more time doing this, like putting his arm around you and having that connection. Spent more time doing that than worrying about a job or I got to be somewhere. Oh, I got to go. Hurry up. Oh, I'm busy. I'm too busy to do this. I'm too busy to talk to you now. He's stressing that very, very strong. He says, so think about that in your own life. And try to, he says, untangle from that physical world there and get more into this world here. I hope that makes sense. He says, yes, kind of. He said kind of this time. Kind of. That's where you need to be, he says. And he said it would be nice if you if you if I had if you could if everybody could figure that out and not that. He says a job is a job is a job. It's just a job. This is what's important. So he's hoping that you'll think about it a little more. He says, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. Nothing wrong at all. Just feel like I want to bring this to your attention, what is really important. And I wish I'd done it more. And been more caring, and been more attentive. He says, I'm kind of asking for forgiveness, but I'm not. I just want you to be able to enjoy the simple things in life. Because I love you. Now he got quiet. now he's singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So as you go outside at night, we always forget to look up. We forget to look at the moon, forget to look at the stars. And if you get in an open space and you actually look up and you see thousands of stars, it is so awesome. But it's right there in front of us, but we don't do it. So when you think about it next time and you go out at night and you look up and you see those stars, you'll probably hear it up here. Hear your dad singing Twinkle, 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 Little Star. Sing it with him. Sing it back to him. However you want to do it. So, he can hear you. He can see you. He's got a big shop broom. This big, wide shop broom. He's cleaning up. He's going to clean up after you. This is not in a bad way. There's nothing bad about this. He's going to take care of all the little things that you worry about, all the details and stuff. He's going to clean up behind you. Go ahead, take that step. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about leaving anything behind. He's going to make sure it's cleaned up. Oh, I hope that makes sense. I know what he means. It's kind of energetically. He'll take care of all the little particles. You just move ahead. And ask him to help. Give him permission. He cannot override your free will choice. Ask him for help. And then watch and see what appears in the near future after you ask and allow. He's been kind of serious today. With that, he's leaving. He's showing a yellow butterfly circling around him, so watch for yellow butterflies. And it's really cool when they appear in, everybody sees butterflies, but it's cool when they appear in odd places. Like, I was going to a lady's house, had my cards read, and white butterfly is mine. And right by the doorbell, right by the front door, was a white butterfly playing around. I thought, okay, I know I'm supposed to be here. So much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.